Good morning, pirates. I hope that you're having a great morning so far and ready for another amazing day full of learning. Today is Monday, the 19th of October, and as you can probably tell on your way in, it's raining outside. I think it's supposed to rain most of the day today, but we'll still have a good time here today. And we may be having recess inside, but we'll still make the best of the situation. So, today for lunch, we're having a hot dog on a bun, potato stars, baked beans, and pineapples and strawberry. Today we are back on blue. So, this is our second run through with Blue Essentials. Next week we'll be on red. So, we are on blue all week long. We do have a birthday today. My good friend Colton, oops, messed that up. Uh, there we go. There he is. My good friend Colton, he is in Mrs. Hand's fourth grade class. Colton, happy birthday to you. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful birthday. I'll catch up with you a little bit later. You can tell me all about your plans that you might be having or anything that maybe you did over the weekend. So happy birthday to you, Colton. All right, today is Mindset Monday, and this whole month we're talking about the brain and how important the brain is. And I have actually a little bit of a brain right here, and it's got a few things on it that I kind of want to just explain really quickly. This part right here, I'm going to use my cursor. This part right here, it's probably the biggest part of the brain. That is called your cerebrum. So, real quick, I'm going to ask you a question and see if you can know the answer. Don't yell it out loud, but if you know it, then that's the part of your brain that you're using. Ready? Here you go. Ready? What is 2 plus 2? Now, some of you knew the answer, especially fifth graders. You might have known the answer right away. Maybe not. That's okay. Some of you it might have taken a couple of seconds, but that is your cerebrum. Now, the cerebrum is really important because that contains most of your memories. It contains a lot of the things that you know that you can recall very quickly, things like that. So it's a pretty important part of your brain. Now, your cerebellum is this little piece down here. Now, this is the back of your brain, so the blue part right there is the front part. This is the back part of your brain. That's your cerebellum. That works all of your muscles. That's in charge of all of the muscles of your body. So think about that whenever you're using muscles to run and jump and dance, move any sorts of ways. Here's my fingers. I'm moving my fingers. That's being controlled by the cerebellum, which is pretty interesting. Now give your forehead just a little bit of a tap. Don't smack it really hard, just a little tap. That is your prefrontal cortex. Now, this part of your brain is in charge of making your decisions. So remember, at the end of every day, we talk about the choices that you make and make sure that they're good choices. Well, your prefrontal cortex is in charge of making those decisions, which is kind of interesting because you think, oh, I'm thinking about this decision. It's actually that front part of your brain. Um, and it also helps out with considering different outcomes. We talk a lot about sometimes you don't get to choose what happens to you, but you get to choose the possible outcome by your response, and so that helps you to make the right responses. Okay, this part right here. Now it's a little purple part right there. That's your hippocampus. That's in charge of um, like how do you know the way to the playground? Right? Now, you might know the way to the playground, even though you haven't been to the playground in a few weeks. I know you guys have been, but you know the way there. And the way that you know things like that, it turns these experiences that you've had into long term memory. So that's your long term memory piece, is that hippocampus. And then this little guy right here, that little guy right there, that's your amygdala. Now that is in charge of your emotions. Okay? No matter how you feel, your emotions are all coming from that little piece inside of your brain. Um, it's deep, deep inside of your brain, and it's protected by a lot of different pieces. That's why you have a skull to help protect your brain, and other parts of your brain help to protect that as well. So that is like the emotional control center. So when you're sad, happy, nervous, like some of you might be today, that is in charge of all of those things. The reason why I wanted to tell you about all of these pieces is that your brain, I told you last week, it works like a muscle. And so as you get better with these things, whether it be your emotions, your long term memory, your short term memory, your muscles, everything can grow inside of your brain and get better. So be working hard to make sure that you are at your absolute best when you are working with your brain. Okay? I know it's a little longer than normal, but I wanted to show you that how important it is to know different parts of your brain. Let's just take a few seconds to focus on our breathing today. Today I'm going to focus on making sure to be in control of my emotions. So I'm going to be using my amygdala today, and I'm going to focus on making sure that my thoughts are positive thoughts, making sure that I'm thinking positively about the people around me, and because I want everybody to enjoy their day. And if all of us can focus on those positive pieces and positive outcomes, no matter what happens, I think we can have a wonderful, wonderful day here at Medalon and a wonderful, wonderful week. So let's go ahead and take some deep breaths. Big deep breath in and relax. Hold it in and breathe out. Big deep breath in and hold it and breathe out. One more big deep breath in and hold it and breathe out. So our teachers are so lucky to have you here. You're very lucky to go to a school where you are loved and you're cared for. Your job here is to learn. Number one job. So be where you're supposed to be, do what you're supposed to do, and act how you're supposed to act. Make sure to use that amygdala, okay? Have a great day, everybody, and go Pirates.